Still. Yeah, but Arsenal is just low standards. It doesn't really count. I'm talking about a big club, innit? Like,
Face of the public, Ollie's fine. It's just no, stop it, guys.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Offside Rule. It's kind of a bastardized version today. Jan and Lambs may be here soon. But at the moment we've got Charlotte, who is an original member of the Offside Rule. Welcome. Always love having you on. With Bruno, her doggo. We've got Latimus Prime and we've got Willard. How are you guys doing?
I'm good.
Good stuff. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit different. Contents is going to be similar, but obviously we've got two guys on here who need their wigs to show that they belong on the Offside Rule, of course.
No, it's okay. Rachel, we like Bunda as well. We like talking about Bunda as well.
I do not. I mean, I do, but I don't say it like that. That's very rude and inappropriate. So, yeah. Prime's on his own with that one.
We'll leave. This is not the show for you. Okay. But yeah, guys, we are going to start off with a certain football club who's potentially hiring a certain manager, and that's Tottenham Hotspur. Excuse my dog, as usual. Yeah, that's Tottenham Hotspur potentially hiring Gattuso. Guys, what do you think?
Someone actually wants to go to Spurs.
Wow. I mean, that is a
And guys, just remember the last time that like the 50 million people that like Spurs were linked to, watch what happens. They all turn them down. So like, let's just give this a minute. Like, I'm waiting for the next, like, I can see Monday morning a statement being like, yeah, he said no. He was like, nah, sorry, I don't deal with that shit. I can see that happening. And I think the Spurs will get like a manager like last minute when they really don't have a choice, but to keep on Ryan Mason because no one else wants it.
Yeah, Ryan Mason. It does look more and more likely that he's going to end up getting the job. I tell you. Will, what are you making of this whole Gattuso thing? Very strange.
I think Gattuso is a better manager than Fonseca, if I'm being honest. I think he's done more. All Fonseca's done is take Roma to 7th place. I think Gattuso, I've not seen too much of him, but yeah, I think he's done more in football as a manager than what's his name as Fonseca. So yeah, I think it's a better appointment. Obviously not as good as Conte, but you never know. I wouldn't write it off as a bad appointment. That's what I'm gonna say.
All right, that's fair enough. Prime, what do you make of this Gattuso business? And any Tottenham fans in the chat, let us know as well, because obviously we want to get your views on it.
Do Spurs know what they want? At least the fans, anyway. Because they didn't want Mourinho because of the football and whatever toxicity. That's fine. And they want him sacked. Levy sacks him before a final. And they're all okay with it because they don't want Mourinho, and that's fine. And then Ryan Mason wins, I think, his first 3 games or something like that, or wins his four out of whatever games. And Spurs fans start to gas him a bit. He's better than Arteta and everything, which is comparable. That's fine. And then the summer comes, or not even the summer. The last few months of the season, they will be been gassing themselves of getting what's his name, Nagelsmann, because apparently he's not ready to go to a big club yet, so he's going to want a stepping stone, which is weird because, you know, Leipzig was the stepping stone for him, but we move. They didn't get him. Rodgers turned him down quickly. They didn't want Roberto Martinez because they're too good for him. They didn't want Sarri because he's not a good manager, apparently.
Prime, I understand all of this, but what do you think of Gattuso?
I know. I'm going through it. I just think again, it's my thing is my point is it's weird because they want to rebuild, which explains Rodgers, Nagelsmann, even Roberto Martinez. But then when Conte got linked, they wanted him. But Conte is very similar, if not worse, than Mourinho in terms of when it goes bad and doesn't get his way. They didn't get Mourinho. They got Fonseca. They were against it, and then they were all for it, and now they're not getting him. They're in a mess. I personally think the reason why they're in such mess, a lot of it is due to Spurs fans themselves. Because it's clear Levy wanted Mourinho to at least just win a trophy and get something out of it. And he did, because Levy's not going to spend for a rebuild. And they made things so bad, and Mourinho has his faults, I get that. They made things so bad that he got sacked. And now who they're linked with is not going to come because they're not going to get reinsurances in terms of buying players and actually building a proper squad because they've got a lot of deadwood in that squad. So, I said this once they got Mason as a interim. He's going to end up getting the job permanently, and they're going to wait it out for Poch to come back because Poch will get sacked from PSG.
That's fair enough. But what about Gattuso?
Oh, Gattuso's not a good appointment. Again, a lot of who they've been linked with is not good appointment. Let's be fair. So,
but Rachel, can I just address this comment from Dizzy?
Yeah, sure. Big up Dizzy in the chat.
Thank
Big
you,
up
Dizzy.
Paul.
I wasn't aware of Fonseca's time at Shakhtar. Thank you. I did not. Okay, maybe Fonseca is a better manager then. Yeah, thank you.
That's fair enough. Cheers, Dizzy, for educating us. Because I don't know a lot about that manager, to be fair. So yeah. I couldn't form an opinion on him.
He's better than Poch because he's won trophies.
Do you know what? I think when people were like at the end of the season, or even when Ryan Mason was appointed, I think I said something like he'll probably be permanent, and like people laughed and because Prime's a fucking legend, and why aren't you on here? Ask yourself that question. Why you are not in here?
Hey,
There's a reason. There's a reason Prime is on here. Also,
got a wig in his closet.
Who's in my closet?
You've got a wig. Not gonna lie though, but when people like Ryan Mason, like he's just temporary. No, he's fucking permanent because no one else wants to take over your club.
He says Gattuso is definitely better at breaking teeth than Fonseca.
Dizzy also gave us more info on what's it?
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Fonseca won the cup at Braga, Super Cup at Porto, 3 league titles, 3 cups, 1 Super Cup at Shakhtar. Gattuso has been sacked by over 3 clubs and only has a Coppa Italia to his name. Yeah, I saw actually on Twitter. I may have tagged Tanya in it. Sorry, Tanya. But it says so Gattuso's managerial record is basically sacked after 3 months at Sion, Palermo sacked after 3 months, Crete resigned twice, Pisa resigned twice, Milan mutual consent after 18 months, Napoli sacked after 18 months, Fiorentina resigned after 22 days. So his record is interesting.
Do you know his record fits Tottenham, a proper bottler. So yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I don't know the circumstances, obviously, behind why he left.
And look, Rachel, just let me have my moment for a minute.
Well,
don't
know. I'm neutral in this situation. Big up, Charlie.
Yes, Charlie.
Yeah, we like Charlie. If you like Charlie, you'll see him on the EFL show on Mondays. He's on there with Aaron and Niall. So get on there.
And he's going to dye. He's going to dye his hair blonde.
Yes, he is.
Mm-hmm.
He is dyeing his hair blonde.
He's also apparently, this is what he told me, he's going to be doing it on the EFL show with Indiana. So I'm just waiting to see that, Time is ticking. Yeah. It was supposed to happen this Monday, hasn't. I'm waiting for your hair.
Yeah, I thought you were going to have to finish speaker.
A few of the times why it hasn't worked out with Gattuso is because, he was at Milan, wasn't he? And I think he left because he wasn't getting assurances or whatever, and the club wasn't being run properly. So he's someone who he will leave if he's not getting what he wants. Same with Conte, he will make it difficult, or he will leave if he's not getting what he wants. Fonseca is not even necessarily that good. It's a thing of. I think a lot of this dilly-dallying is to feign some sort of interest. They'll end up with Mason just until Poch gets sacked, because he'll get sacked by November, December, Poch, and then he'll just come back.
Can we just big up to Indiana? I have the Barbers booked. He's not got back to me. Charlie, man, you're skiving, we ain't about this life.
Vibes of C says Gattuso will RKO the North London Humpty Dumpty. Big up Vibes. He's always got jokes in the chat. Boss man, you missed it. Let me play it again for you.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
That's just for Indiana.
That's Gattuso after Spurs lose 1-0 to newly promoted Norwich.
Manchester City on the opening day.
It's when they lose to Arteta's Arsenal. It's
when they lose to Brentford.
To be fair,
it's when they fail to make it out of the Conference League group stages.
To be fair, they do have a perfect record versus Man City at their ground, so you never know.
That's true. You never know.
It's only been a year.
Yeah, they've had 3 games though, and they've won all of them.
Okay.
Really? It's not bad at all, then, is it? Really? To be fair,
because they're under Poch, they beat them in the Champions League. Then Mourinho beat him beat Pep with Bergwijn, and Son scored, and then they beat them at the start of last season. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Indiana says smash the like and subscribe to the channel. I agree, guys. Please, if you like the video, please show us your love.
If you're also not subscribed, what the fuck are you doing with your life?
Love that. Gaganduke says, "Hi guys, quick question: can guests come on, or is this a closed panel?" This is a closed panel, even though it's not the proper offside rule. But you never know; we might get callers on later. See how it goes.
I thought that said, "Can Gattuso come on?"
Gattuso can if he's available. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll love that. That would be hilarious.
We all know he's available. Turn down Spurs.
Vibes FC says, if they had financial issues with getting Fonseca, then they were never in for Conte. Levy did that to secure money from season ticket sales. You know what? You wouldn't put it past Levy to do that, to be honest with you. He is a bit of a shit, isn't he?
I think the financial issues, because apparently in Italy or something, he was due mad tax back or something like that. And if he left, he would have lost out on that. So I think he just wanted more money to compensate for it. And Levy wasn't willing to pay it or pay him that, which is, But again, I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't deal with... I don't look below my team in the table, so I don't know what they're doing.
Never know, really. Nippon says, get this stream to 100 likes. Yeah, that would be great if we could do that. Cheers, Nippon.
Thank you, Nippon.
People on.
Thank you, Nippon.
Dizzy says, why am I giving info about Fonseca? To hell with him. Arteta's tricky Reds coming for top 4. Remember I said, yeah, I'm holding you to that. That's an insane sort of prediction. What do you guys think? Do you think Arsenal have a chance of getting top 4 next season?
If Chelsea have about 30 injuries, and if United have about 15 injuries, and if City, and if Pep somehow resigns, and if Klopp has another set of injuries, and maybe, and if Leicester have injuries, maybe they might. But if there's nothing out of the ordinary with injuries or something mad happens, Arsenal will not get top 4 next year.
Well, listen, Arsenal fans say because they're playing one game a week, they can do what Chelsea did. So, I get all these dream targets, Madison and Harry Winks, not Harry Winks, Ben White, Basuma, etc., etc. It's yet to be seen whether they'll actually sign all of these players and whether or not they'll all gel. Because I heard a lot of things before. Pepe, world-class winger, top 3 attacks in the league. I heard generational Mbappe level of centre-backs in William Saliba. I heard Gabriel, top 5 centre-backs in the league, better than Thiago Silva. I've heard Lacazette. He's won the striker debate between Morata and Lukaku. You know, I've heard a lot of things in the past, so let's just see.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Bunto Velvi, that's his Velvetron on many accounts. Says Gag, wear a wig, fam.
Just to clarify, Velvetron, you have Velvetron, you have like 5 accounts. Are all 5 of these accounts subscribed to the First XI? If they're not, you will be banished from the show until they all are.
Yeah, Prime Joy is banishing you, so he'll do
Can I time him out now?
No,
Yeah, go on.
He doesn't deserve it.
I vote against timing out Valve. Don't do it.
Indiana says the Elf Show. I think it's what?
The EF.
The EFL, not the Elf.
Well, I think he's surprised that it's happening on the EFL show.
What's happening on the EFL show?
His haircut.
Yeah.
Oh,
Charlie
the haircut. Okay.
his hair.
I have mad Bundesliga.
I don't believe you. I mean,
Rachel said Pixar didn't happen.
Literally.
and don't
you need
do
it from the side and from behind, by the way.
and don't do what Instagram models do and try and make it look bigger.
Yeah, none of that.
At least he's all his accounts are subscribed to the First XI.
About the accounts. We were talking about Bunda now. We don't care about the accounts.
The Elf Show, bro. What's the unicorn? Oh my god, can we do a unicorn show? Oh my god, please.
No.
Yay!
Charlotte, that's why you have your own channel. You can do a unicorn show on your own channel.
I will. Don't you worry about that.
Unicorns don't exist, but we move.
Okay, you know what? That's fine. I can't prove they do exist, but you can't prove to me they don't exist.
Yes,
so
I can.
until the day that you can prove to me they don't exist, don't come at me. Scientifically, you can't prove bugger all. No, scientifically, you can't prove it because not every single part of this planet has been searched. So don't come at me. Just like it's the same as that, like mermaids don't exist. You can't prove to me they don't. Yeah, you can't. So why don't you take a chill pill? Because you haven't searched. No. You have not searched every single part of this ocean. No, you haven't. Have you ever wondered why NASA was created to search the underwater in the sea? It was supposed to search the oceans, and then they've started to find a place to get off this planet. NASA is now creating a way to get off this planet. Wonder why that is? Because they found something they didn't like in the sea. Tell me mermaids don't exist now. Yeah, thank you. Preach. Thank you. God bless my soul. God bless my soul. Amen.
How do you know we don't live in a simulation, but we move? Unicorns are real. They're horses with dildos on their heads.
Oh my goodness!
If that's what you're into, Vishwan, it's fine.
Unicorns exist. Thank you. See?
Yeah, big up Shane. Always in the comment section. Shane agrees with Charlotte. Unicorns apparently exist. Allegedly.
How do you know Shane even exists?
Oh, Prime, please, man. Come on. Yay, Indiana!
Oh,
mermaids. Yeah, but again,
unicorns.
But yeah, again, Indiana's also a simulation, so.
Oh my god, Prime man. You just have to go spoil the fun.
Bunda Val says a sex education. Every show is basically that, essentially. Under Offside, if you actually listen. Pay attention. Don't take the advice too literally though. Just you make that mistake.
Big up Niall.
That was what it was.
He's not wrong there.
Oh, Nippon agrees with
Yeah.
Charlotte. Mermaids do exist.
Fator NASA searching for the existence of the so-called prolific striker called Werner hasn't been sighted, but they're still trying. Wow.
NASA is still searching for the Arsenal team to turn up, but we can wait a few more 1,000 years for that to happen. Coming from an Arsenal fan.
I do have imagination. I do have imagination.
So Prime, if you teach English in school, what would you start with that topic?
What topic?
That everything's a stimulation.
That's
more philosophy.
That's more philosophy than English. Nighttime at Dizzy. If you're a mod, then do. Actually, no, probably not.
Never time out Dizzy. Dizzy's fun.
Dizzy's fun.
Yeah, we like Dizzy. Never time out Dizzy.
You know, I did like Dizzy until this comment. We turned against you twice last season. Yeah, well, we just didn't give a fuck if we beat you or not because you're that irrelevant. Like, if you were a relevant team, we'd give a shit. Why don't you become relevant and then we'll give a shit? But you ain't relevant, so see you later.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yes!
I would, because in this vast, infinite, expanding universe, to think that the only intelligent life on any planet is planet Earth is quite sad and disturbing. So, yes.
Have you heard the Area 51 theory that Area 51 is actually not protecting, like it's not got aliens in that, is the fact that we're the aliens and Area 51 is monitoring us? Why do you think we're not allowed in there? Why do you think we see suspicious aerial images like that look creepy as fuck?
Who knows? This is, I mean, you man went to our stadium, just saying.
Yeah, because
no, Dizzy, wait. I take no responsibility for this. I spent the whole night passed out because I downed nearly a bottle of vodka because my team won the Champions League. I did not turn up. There was a group of 5 people that didn't include myself. I was busy celebrating Chelsea, so don't come at me and be like, just saying.
I was there. We watched the Champions League in a pub about 2 minutes away from Emirates. After the game, Jem went off to an off license to buy some cigarettes, I think. And, the off license was literally right outside Emirates. So why not? The real question is, if Arsenal win a Champions League, will you do the same thing to Spurs? Vibes SC says, aliens, unicorns, dildos, bundas, Area 51. If you're not already subscribed, hit the button for the amazing content.
It's
question. Prime is here. Of course he believes in his own kind. Still a question. Okay. I wish I was an alien. I don't like humans. I wish I was an alien.
Dizzy trying to be like Arsenal have class. Since when? I'm still waiting for you to find that. It's been gone since before I was born, and that was 25 years ago. Come at me,
alien. Wait, hold on. Do you think aliens have punta? I'll remove myself for that.
Prime has timed himself out for his comment. We don't speak about it.
Yeah, Vibes FC bringing it up. Class, bruv. You sacked a mascot to pay for Willian. Yes! We remember this. Where's Gunnosaurus? Yeah.
I know, I was wanting to add you. I didn't realize you were already back on the panel. My bad.
What's wrong, Prime? What's wrong with humans, in your humble opinion?
Do you have all day?
Prejudice, racism, sexism, and you're also whiny and annoying. It's weird.
Violence on a regular basis.
Violence.
Oh no, extraterrestrial bunda.
That is all Prime. That is all Prime.
Those are one of those, those Never mind. I can't speak. I shouldn't speak.
I mean, you can speak.
I shouldn't speak. It's fine.
If you speak, you will get in trouble.
Exactly.
I'll pick
After
up
the
Max
show.
in the chat.
We can talk about it after
Big
the
up
show.
to Max.
Yeah, pick up Max.
Oh my god, bring up the comment. The third one.
No, don't. Well, Douglas. Primarily. Okay.
Okay, guys. That is definitely that's now Prime's name. Prime, change your name.
No,
That's
we're
it.
not doing. We're not doing that. We're not doing. Anyone who calls me this will get banned from this channel.
No,
I'm
they
saying
won't.
now.
I won't ban
Yes,
you.
they will.
I won't ban you.
Yes, you will.
Thank you,
I
Will.
will ban you. I will ban you. I will ban you.
No, you're not allowed. You can't just start banning.
I'll
people.
stop this show.
Bye, Prime. Okay, so
We're not doing this. Why don't you give everyone else dodo names?
you bring it on yourself at the end of the day.
I don't really. Well, cover your ears. You're not 18.
Velv, I didn't ban you earlier, right? You better watch out.
Oh no, Will's turned into a dictator.
Poor
That's
bless
cool.
little Prime. It's fine. You be okay.
Kinda.
Kinda.
I'm dying.
Oh dear. Oh,
Prime alien fundamentals of milking semi
Hold on. Wait, hold on. What is it with milking all of a sudden? What? Like what?
if you can't connect milking
No.
with a certain other thing that's mentioned,
No. I mean, why are you guys talking about milking?
I'm not. They
it's the
are in
comment
the
section.
comments.
They have a mind of their own, you know. It's what they do.
Stop having a mind of your own. Free will doesn't exist. Nippin, I doubt you guys have an Audi. Okay. Brian, what's your pat? Nope.
Like,
Move on from that. Shane Malone says, like and subscribe, people. Yes, please like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We appreciate the support.
Also, this stream is a very accurate representation of this channel.
Honestly, this is like just a random show at times. It really is. Pretty sure it's White Nippon, but okay.
you can jog on.
Account.
Dizzy, I'm sorry, Dizzy. What Champions League did you win? Like, if you don't subscribe, you're a dodo.
Never delete one though.
Yeah, that's illegal. You see. But guys, we do actually need to speak about football at some point. Again, fixtures, Premier League fixtures have been released. I am going to share it, the fixtures here. So, match week 1.
This is the hardest. This is the worst kind of selection Chelsea have had. Like the first couple of weeks, the worst we've had in maybe 7 or 8 years, maybe pushing it 10 years, maybe. This is the worst we've had. We've got City, Arsenal, and we've got one home game, and then we have away, home, away, home. It's pretty diabolical.
So we have Palace at home, then you have Arsenal away,
and then we have Liverpool away. Then we've got Aston Villa home.
Damn.
And then we've got Spurs away. And then we've got Man City home. It's just it's a shit show, to be fair. Yeah, those games are quite horrendous. But I tell you something, if you come out of that with a decent amount of points, it's a really good start.
What you do?
What?
Fuck's sake.
What just happened?
You changed my name. Never mind. Continue.
I didn't. I didn't do anything. I've been looking at the screen.
Well,
I don't know if you did it. We don't speak about it. But yeah, well, you three are all Chelsea fans, to be fair. So what do you make of your fixtures?
Bring it on. We'll beat them all, apart from maybe City.
Okay.
Arsenal, second game of the season. Easy.
Mm-hmm.
I expect Palace to be more of a challenge.
See, you guys speak like this every time you play against Arsenal, but I mean, you did it twice last season, and they beat you. So you never know.
Rachel, we're gonna have Achraf Hakimi and Erling Haaland.
Well,
We won't.
we will see.
We'll have players that will create more chances. And
we will see. You still have Timo Werner in there, potentially missing chances that are being created by the players that you just spoke about.
We have Mason Mount.
Yeah.
And an informed Kante.
Yeah. Is that it? Like,
okay, Mustafa, we'll get Grealish if we don't get Haaland. That's fine.
Do you think you guys will go in for Grealish? Honestly,
if we don't get any strikers, I could see it. But we'll probably get a striker, so probably not.
Yeah, I think you'd probably be focusing on a striker, to be fair.
But Rachel, oh, okay, go on.
No, go on. Finish your point.
Because I was going to say, I'd rather us, if we can't get either Haaland, Kane, or Lukaku, unless it's someone who's still a top-class player, I probably wouldn't go and get a striker. I'd rather just keep Tammy and Giroud and get another creator that's at a top level. And then next year we go for a world-class striker or a top-class striker next year. I don't want us to go and get Danny Ings or some shit like that.
I mean, yeah, Danny Ings has injury issues, and if he gets injured, you'll be back to square one anyway, won't you? You want someone that's a bit more reliable.
I agree with Will. Particularly if Kane doesn't leave, and Haaland doesn't leave, and Lukaku, so two of those three options, if they still stay at their respective clubs, I would do that also. So maybe get a Grealish or a Sancho, and hopefully Werner kicks in next season and starts banging goals, and Havertz bangs as well as Mount, and we can share our goals evenly around our forward line.
It's fair enough. Charlotte, are you there? Or are you dealing with Bruno? I think she's dealing with the dog.
Bruno the dog causes more problems in big moments than Bruno Fernandes does for Man United.
Ha 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 ha. Very, very funny.
Such a shit joke.
Hold on. If I said that, I'd be kicked.
Yeah, but that's because you have a habit of kicking people as well. Will doesn't do that. Therefore, he gets more chances.
Wait,
also,
Will
the bad jokes like
Will just kicked me there, but
no, I didn't. Stop lying.
He just kicked himself. Max says if Chelsea get Haaland, then every Premier League team is fucked, and Chelsea winning league at some point within the next 2 years.
Maybe, yeah.
You never know. It's still yet to be seen how Haaland will perform in the Premier League on a regular basis. So.
Rachel, I think Liverpool might come back next year into a race. I'm interested to see because they're going to get Konate, probably Newhouse as well, who's a better, I think, fit for the role they want than Wijnaldum.
Are they actually getting Newhouse?
I think it's Klopp knows his agent, and Liverpool like to get deals that are closer to home so they can get money off if that's agent fees. You know what FSG are like. But Gags has actually posted an interesting comment. I have seen that, but I think he's going to Leicester. Although he did retweet an article which was linking us to him. But I think that he's going to Leicester.
Yeah, it makes sense for him to go. Especially if he wants game time and he wants to be first choice. Because I know Ian Nacho has been playing well, but he's not first choice quality. Vardy's only going to be declining. And so it makes sense him playing less games. So there's no reason why he can't go to Leicester and establish himself as first choice. And also, Perez is not great either. So you've got opportunity there.
That's fair enough. Uncle Laurie in the chat, big up. He says your midfield still won't intimidate people.
Hey, our midfield.
Just to clarify, you guys, Arsenal have to beat Brentford. Can you imagine if they lose to Brentford? Embarrassing.
Brentford will beat a big team next season.
Yes, we are. Well, I mean, wait, Arsenal aren't a big team. I apologize.
City always get complacent at least once a season versus a small team.
Yeah. And we don't?
Every big team does. Every big
True,
team
but
manages to lose to one of the sides that have just been promoted or something, or
Yeah,
one
but
of the
if we lose to
relegation
a team, I see it being Watford.
Watford and Brighton and them, man.
Or Newcastle. Do you like him?
It's Fulham and Brighton. Oh, we can't even make that joke anymore.
Baptist says another 6-2 for United at the start of the season. Yeah, it's United versus Leeds at Old Trafford. First game of the season for United. Should be an interesting game. I think Leeds played a lot better in the second game we played against them at their ground. They seemed to know what to do. They realised they couldn't open up against us and leave all the space, so we couldn't exploit it. So it should be interesting to see how they do at Old Trafford.
Is that why you used the pace of Dan, or what's his name? James, or Daniel James?
Oh, they were more compact in the second game, though, weren't they? They didn't leave those spaces, so even Daniel James wouldn't have done too much in that game, to be fair.
I don't see Messi ripping up Leeds, but you know.
Mercy. Shane says Haaland staying at Dortmund. They said only selling one of him and Sancho. Yeah, I think that was the case as well. I mean, I think they said that personal terms have been agreed between Chelsea and Haaland, right? But it's just the fee with Dortmund, I think. So it could be a similar situation to the Sancho thing, I guess. But you never know. Chelsea don't really mess around in the transfer market compared to United, so they might actually get it done.
Hakimi 100% will get done, I think. Haaland,
Maupai's, I like Maupai though.
I do as well. His link-up play is very good. He just needs someone clinical next to him.
And he needs to stop taking a piss out of teams that he scores against because it always bites him in the arse.
How is it bit him in the arse?
Have you not seen what's happened? Every time he does something silly like that, his team end up losing. Not long after.
Call me crazy, but if Mopai could get 15 goals a season, I think he'd be a very good player in the Premier League. Or he should, if he can get, because his link-up play is very good. He just needs to up his goals to at least 15 a season. And then Brighton will be in a very good place.
Is he a young player or is he
25.
Okay, so he might, elevate his game a bit to score more goals. You never know. Who knows? All right, we've read this comment. Thoughts on Varane to United from Yusuf Mohammed. I don't know actually. I like Varane a lot. I want him at United, but when you consider the transfer fee that's being considered there, it's like I think it was rumored to go up to 80 million. It's going to take ages to sort that out if we do get him, because we're going to want him for a lot less, and rightly so, because he's in the last year of his contract. So I'd like him at the club, but it's going to take ages if we get him. Probably get him on the last day of the season if we get him. Gagandeep says Grealish will go to City.
Probably.
Shane says the same thing. Yeah, that does seem like the most likely destination for Grealish, to be fair.
Although he'll probably stay this season.
Maybe.
That contract is going to be hard to get him out of.
Mustafa says, Will, last time I remembered, Grealish isn't a goal scorer.
Yeah, but he's a creator. That's my whole point. If we can't get a top-class goal scorer, I want a creator.
Yeah.
Because
for Werner or Havertz or Tammy to score.
Yeah, because if we're creating so many chances as part of our attack, then we are going to be the percentage of us scoring goals is going to be a lot higher, especially for someone like Werner who needs a lot of chances to score. If we're creating more chances, he's going to score. If that even makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah. I think Chelsea do need a couple more creators in there anyway. I think they lack sometimes against certain types of teams. So they're in a similar situation to United. Like when they're playing against teams that give them space, they will open you up. They have players that can see it. But in sort of tight areas, sometimes they do lack, from what I've seen of them anyway.
We've been talking of Chelsea. We've been linked to Locatelli today. That's interesting. Although it was a bit of a throwaway statement from Fabrizio Romano. But
apparently we've liked him for a few years as well. I would like to sign him, but I don't think people not this summer.
He's going to go to Juventus with Max Allegri. Probably.
He shouldn't. Well, maybe actually.
I don't see why he shouldn't. I mean, if Juventus are rebuilding, then he's a good player for them to sign. It's not a bad team for him to go to, is it? If they're rebuilding, and they've got some talented players in there.
If they're smart, they'll get Aouar for 27 million. They'll get Locatelli, both players that they've been linked with for a while. Especially Aouar. Sarri wanted him, but then they sacked him, obviously. And then Pirlo wanted him, so maybe it was more of a club target anyway. Looks like Ronaldo's going to leave. Dybala might get more minutes now.
Ronaldo leaving will be huge for them because his wages are a joke. He's actually destroying the club by being there. But it's their own fault.
They've signed Morata. They've extended his loan deal by another year. I think that'll be a good signing. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what Allegri can do at Juventus. And with Sarri at Lazio and Jose at...
oh my God.
What?
Guys, make sure you follow us on all socials, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Yeah, where you can find amazing clips of things that we've said in previous shows.
Pick up in Vienna.
Yes. I'm so glad now my face is not showing in this, but yes, thank you.
Who's in the mud?
Prime, of course.
I haven't... Wait, what do you mean? I haven't even listened to it, so I don't know if it's me. Oh, it probably is me, yeah. Thank you.
Poor # justice for Prime. Thank you.
No justice for Prime. Gaganeep says, I have a funny feeling the forward player we will sign is Daniel Malin. I don't know why. Rafinha won't leave. FSG will not spend 80 million for anyone unless we sell Mane or Salah, and Daka are likely to go to Leicester. I do not know a lot about this player. So, Will, do you know about this player?
All I know is he's from Arsenal's academy and his numbers aren't awful.
It could be a thing where if he does well this tournament, I mean, he already has a goal, he probably will start the next game, I think. If he does well this tournament and Holland go to like a quarterfinal or something like that, maybe a semi, that might boost his price. And it could be a thing where before he would have cost maybe like 30 something mil, it could end up costing 50 or 60, and I don't know if they'll be paying that, especially if they're not selling Salah or Mane.
No, that's fair enough. Question for Charlotte from Nippon. Would you take Lazio's Immobile? Would you take him, Charlotte?
No, sorry. I think he's a little bit overrated.
Thank you, Charlotte. You're spot on.
Controversial as it is, like, we all have our opinions, but I just don't think he's nothing special.
Why did you say that so nice? No, sorry. Why did you say that so nice?
Yeah, that's not like you.
Because I've decided not to come out with stupid comments today. Someone didn't decide to do that and asked, do aliens have banda? So yeah, they get clipped. I'm not getting clipped today.
Clipper, she said it, Clipper.
No, it doesn't work like that, I'm sorry.
Oh my God, I agree with Mustafa for once. Wow.
Yeah, I agree. I literally agree.
Yeah, well, you know what it's like with international football, right? Like, players get hyped up, they get overrated. People that haven't seen them before, the international tournaments, they sort of make things up.
Can we talk about Depay's stinker today again? I know he got the penalty, scored the penalty, but he was shocking. Diabolical. Awful.
I didn't see the second half of that game, to be fair. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys, for the dog.
What I hate about sort of how some people look at matches, yeah. Some people will look at that Depay game, see he got a goal, and they'll be happy. Whereas some people will write off Gareth Bale's performance against Turkey when that was one of the best performances I've ever seen him. That's one of the best performances I've ever seen him do. Almost spotless, apart from that missed penalty. It just annoys me. That Bale performance, that Bale performance is the best performance in the Euro so far.
Yeah, but you know what people are like? They care about
moments.
Yeah, and also the penalty miss is what people are going to think about. Not going to look at the assists that Bale got. Max Tiger said, I subscribed and followed all socials for everyone on the panel and channel, so cheers for the content. Thank you, Max. We appreciate you. Great guy.
Sorry, guys. My dog was being a fiend. I missed
No problem.
a minute of that conversation.
For 3 out of 4, I mean,
It's
Rachel's
not-
dog
no,
is Charlotte's dog's being a fiend. For 3 out of 4 members on this panel who have dogs, it's okay.
Velv, I'm not judging Depay off one game. Watch him for Lyon. Please do. His numbers are decent, yeah, but watch him play football. Very frustrating player. Out of all the talents, all the talent at Lyon, and Depay always is like Depay's like the star name at Lyon when he really shouldn't be. There's so many better players there.
To be fair to Will, he said it before the international tournament. We actually watched a compilation of Depay on YouTube.
It's not even a good compilation, though, Ray.
No, I know. I'm saying that you've been saying it for ages that Depay's overrated. Like, for a really long time. He actually watches French football, to be fair to him, so it's not based off one game.
Yeah, Will's one of the Will's not like other Premier League fans who pretend that they know about players or that they watch them. Like I saw a few days ago, people were saying like Locatelli's overrated and stuff like that. Now because he gets 2 goals, people are loving off him.
Yeah,
Like,
one's off the final. Yeah, that's true. Locatelli's a player that Will recommended me to watch, actually, so I need to watch some of his club
Almost
games.
a couple months ago now, was it, Rachel? Or a few odd weeks?
Yeah, we had a conversation about him, yeah, but I haven't seen all of his games yet. I think I watched a couple, but not that many to make a clear judgment on him, to be fair, at club level. But international football, he has been good, to be fair to him. Kane is better than Depay. That goes without saying, to be fair. Mustafa says Depay is a baller.
I think he's a baller. I can see why, though. I do get why. His numbers are good. He tries a lot of skills, I guess, which don't always work. He tries Panenkas, which looks nice, I guess. I see why people like Depay, but I think he's a very useless footballer.
See, I think the problem, Will, is that you're very hyperbolic with what you say.
But I'm not, Rachel. There's only a set few players I am hyperbolic about because I feel
Yeah,
like
but saying he's useless is unfair. He's not useless. He's not as good as people want to make out.
He's useless if you want to be a serious club. Like Barcelona signed him, they should have. He's not. Even with Ousmane Dembele's injuries, I'd rather have Dembele.
You'd rather have an injured player.
I don't think he's. I did say the Dutch would finish bottom of the group. They're going to get knocked out in the round of 16 by whoever they face.
Oh,
Well, you'd rather have an injured player.
I'd rather have Ousmane Dembele than Memphis Depay. Yes.
Who's injury prone?
Yes, because he's a better footballer.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, big up Shane says Charlotte, your dog is beautiful. He is cute. And like Bruno.
In every single way.
Has there been an update,
words
though?
won't keep you down.
Has there been an update? You're not trolling us, are you?
I haven't seen an update. Let's check.
Do you mind? Yeah.
Izzy says, wait, just seen Gattuso's old tweets. Wow, I'll be shocked if Spurs actually hire this brother. I wouldn't respect him. I wouldn't respect him anymore. I mean, I don't respect him anyway, but so shocking.
with who's other players?
He apparently said women shouldn't be involved in sports and stuff, which is he shouldn't have a problem with that. Gagandeep says Wales need to play Bale as a 10 and Ramsey as a roaming 8. Bale's pace is gone. We got chased down a few times by the Turkey fullback. A few yards ahead. Start.
Do you mind stop bigging up Wales? Let's just hope they lose and get it over and done with,
Andrew,
wait, question. Gagandeep, are you supporting Wales in the Euros? Like, let us know in the comments. I didn't know you were supporting Wales in the Euros.
Andrew, I'm really confused with that comment because I rate Rice and Jorginho. I'm confused.
Vibes FC says, I'm glad United didn't get Ousmane Dembele. Them biscuit legs on loan last season. Yeah, no, I hear that. Would have been a really ridiculous signing.
I think you should have got him. I think he's been good this year when he's played.
Yeah, but it would have just been a waste for the money that we were expected to get him for. Even like the wages. Yeah, but it's still wages. Paying that amount of wages for a player that's not going to be useful is...
Oh my God, Andrew's been on a madness today. Like in messages, he's been messaging everyone in the group chat I'm in. He's been. I think he's high or drunk.
I would like to see drunk Andrew on stream. Andrew, come and join us.
Do you actually want him to come on?
Get your wig on, Andrew.
Yeah.
Hold
Yeah,
on. So Andrew can go into madness and say wild things and not get clipped. But if I do it,
Prime, not everything is about you. It's okay, Prime.
No. It's not about me. I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy from people. But it's okay.
Velv, who's it from, please? Can you say the source?
Salt and ketchup.
Salt's not a sauce.
I said ketchup.
No. You said salt and ketchup.
Yeah, I know, but you only mentioned one thing I said.
Dizzy's comment, oh my god, he's defo drunk on lemonade. I mean, there was an argument about Pepsi Mango Orange. Mango.
Sauce for lucky, trust people.
Trust.
Oh my god, Andrew, he's on
Deal with it, Prime. I am Bunda Claus. So does that mean you come down the chimney and leave bundas under the bed?
Fucking hell, you're making Andrew sound like a fucking human trafficker. Jesus God.
Bundas under the bed. Fuck's sake. Gagnick says no, he's not supporting Wales, just being observant based on the game against
Demarcio.
Turkey.
Okay, so that's a tier 2 source. Okay, I can see that.
Prime has an alien agenda.
No, say it properly, Prime.
Prime has an alien agenda.
Wait,
Dildo
Nippon, that's a really random comment from Nippon.
Nippon doesn't drink alcohol then.
Big up.
I want to see drunk Nippon.
No.
No, he doesn't drink alcohol.
Big up Nippon for not drinking alcohol. I rate that.
Via Amazon Prime.
What'd you say?
And this is Bunda time.
Don't bring up that comment, I beg you don't.
Bonza Valve Prime.
Why'd you do that? Yeah, for all we know, Prime is an alien. Yes, and you're all. And when aliens come down, you're all getting destroyed.
I'm not. I want to make friends with the aliens. I want to go ice skating with them. I want to take them to the cinema. I want to take them, go to dinner. So cool. I really hope they're like Roger the Alien from like American Dad. That's my like dream type of alien.
Charlotte, what's your obsession with Roger the Alien? Every time I speak to you, his name is mentioned one way or another.
That's the first time she's mentioned him.
No,
I have mentioned it in front of Will before so many times. Sorry,
Charlotte got issues, guys.
I'm joking. I don't.
Alien fetish.
Oh,
have you guys just realised I have issues?
Speaking of which, I have been binge watching Family Guy the last week or so.
That's interesting.
Charlotte and Alien.
Hey, Vel's back. That's good to see.
Back again.
Yay!
What the fuck is that? Never mind. Let's move on. Rachel, can we talk fixtures, please?
Yeah, okay. I went through the Chelsea fixtures. Arsenal's first game is against Brentford away from home. Are we predicting a loss here?
2-2 draw.
Draw.
Actually, you know what I'm predicting? Their new attacker that they bring in, or their new number 10, he will have a great game. He'll probably get a goal or get 2 assists or something. And Arsenal fans will use that coattail for the next 10 games to say he's better than...
Guys, look who it is.
Than Havertz. Because
It's
those
Jan.
people underperform.
Sorry, Prime, carry on.
Hi, Jan.
Hi.
Jan, are you sure? You probably don't know what's been happening. Are you sure you want to come in right now?
Yeah, what have you been doing?
No, not me.
Are you
I'll
sure?
tag you in the clip on Twitter. Don't worry.
What? Don't assume it's me.
I mean, it literally is. So
Just look through the chat. What they've been talking about.
Oh Lord.
Are you sure you want to join us?
Bunda talk again.
not just any bunda, alien bunda.
What the hell?
Yeah. Wait, where is it?
This is a football stream.
I know. Blame everyone else.
Listen, I got the fixtures up. We were just talking about Brentford v Arsenal. Jan, what are you predicting? Brentford v Arsenal.
Cool. I think Arsenal will win. Just because Brentford are new to the league. But it could be one of them that's a shock. Like a shock draw or a shock win to Brentford. But I think Arsenal will win that game.
Oh, nice of you to turn up. Nice of you to turn up. Ah, what do you call this? 55, nearly an hour in. Nice of you to turn up, yeah. And I see how much me and Rachel mean to you. I see it. I see it.
Yes,
A pain,
abandoned us.
a heart. Yeah,
You and
literally.
Lambs.
Like, this is why we have abandonment issues, and people wonder why. Like, just speak to Jan and Lambs.
Why is
That's
Lambs
so
abandoned it?
Hi, Anne. How are you, though? By the way.
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm happy that like 3/4 of the team's back now.
We're not complete yet, but maybe next week we'll be complete and we'll have a proper offside rule show.
Yeah.
But big up Prime and Will for joining us.
Thank you, Rachel.
Yeah, big up to them because they've actually been absolute legends.
That was good.
Yeah, they're missing their wigs, but you know we move and all that.
Well, Will's been a legend.
Rachel, have you seen my hair?
Prime
You've already
should
seen my
probably
hair.
say yes, love his camera.
Yeah, Will. Yeah, Will. You have your
Band
camera all
alien.
the time. How are we going to see your hair?
Rachel, I've sent you've seen a photo of me before.
No,
I
I
have.
haven't.
I have.
I've sent one.
I
Of,
haven't.
Rachel, I sent a picture of myself into the group chat weeks ago.
Excuse me. Let me go and check.
Gosh, he's gonna go through like weeks of messages.
Yes, I will.
Well, how
on Twitter.
come I'm the only one that hasn't seen Will? The offence is really here.
When I get a haircut, you can see me, not Rachel, Charlotte.
Great, that's a great deal. I will take
Wait,
that.
which group chat, Will?
Instagram.
What was? Okay. Okay, I will be looking for this. Jan, you're the host. Host
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I don't even know what we're talking about.
Fixtures. Oh, let me put it up for you.
Yeah, Rachel, you literally took the thing off the screen and talked about something else and asked Jan to speak. So what's the topic?
Nice.
It's not my fault. It's your fault.
Do you know what? I actually asked Andrew if he wanted me to face reveal, and he actually said no. So
I never want to see. He never wants to see Will's face. That's so rude.
Aw.
So,
I mean,
Okay.
I don't want to see Andrew's face, but I get forced to. So
wow, rude.
when Andrew speaks, I just look away from the screen.
That's not nice.
Andrew loves
We need to go through the rest of these fixtures on the Arsenal, yeah.
So this is match week 1.
Okay.
We're
So
talking about Arsenal. So match week 2.
okay. So
Good
then
game.
it's Arsenal, Chelsea. What are your guys' predictions for that? I actually think
Let me tell you, we need to do some fucking redemption. I tell you now, if we lose to Arsenal again, I'm not gonna give a fuck. They're still not a relevant team. When they become a relevant team, I'll give a shit. But yeah, okay, I'm cool, thanks.
I don't think you'll lose again.
It's like I don't give a shit. That's the problem. Like if it was like a Man City or a Man United, actually relevant teams, I'd care. But they're not relevant.
Yeah.
Like,
See, I think that's a lie though, because I remember when you guys lost to Arsenal when it didn't really mean as much, and you guys were pissed that you lost. So
I think it's more about losing than actually the team.
So for me, I'm not gonna like any team would never accept a loss. If you accept a loss, then like you're not really a fan. Let's be realistic. You can't call yourself a fan if you're going to accept your team losing. Like for me, I'm gonna get upset if we lose no matter what. But do I give a shit if it's against Arsenal? Nah, not really. Not too fast. Will is not allowed in hospitals because he's so boring. Oh my god.
Hi guys.
I'm getting violated.
Bless Will, we love
Rachel,
Will.
was that your impression of me?
Yeah, that's how you say hi to everyone. It's like proper like monotone and just it sounds like you're always sad. And then the rest of the stream, you're absolutely fine. It's just how you say hi.
Vibes FC, I have the most left-wing haircut in the fucking world, all right?
What is a left-wing haircut?
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
will show us.
Just put the
it's not-
camera
no,
on.
I'm a left-wing. I'm quite a left-wing. I'm a socially left-wing guy. Okay, I would not have a Tory haircut.
Yeah, but
I don't know what a left-wing haircut is though.
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't really know
me too.
either, Jan. To be honest, I'm just trying to defend myself. Oh, I've not got a Rashford haircut. God no. Jesus.
Right wing man.
Oh, don't do this. Don't do this.
Rashford's haircut is terrible, man. Every time, every season, it's like.
Can we just talk about Phil Foden's haircut? Like, I need to address this right now. I'm sorry. If England do fuck all in the Euros, he is going to get ripped to shreds for this haircut.
I don't think he will.
It's fucking awful. It looks like his hair's stuck to his head, and he can't brush it because it's stuck to his head.
I've got an
Like,
unpopular opinion, Charlotte. I think it looks better than it did before.
Yeah, I
think the
do.
blonde actually suits him more.
I do.
No, I'm not talking about the colour. I'm talking about the way he's styling it.
Yeah.
The style.
It
looked
like he's been wearing a do-rag.
It looks like. Yeah, but it looks like all his hair stuck on his head. It looks like it's been super glued. That is not a look.
Do you know what's weird though? Like, because he has the same barber as like Sterling, quite a few Chelsea players. Like, they all have this same barber called HD cuts. But I don't understand the little fringe color. The little fringe bit I don't get.
Literally, it's the hairstyle, not the color. I'm not mad about the the color. I don't have an issue with. I think it suits him better, as I agree. But the hairstyle itself, is diabolical. Whoever told him he looks good is blatantly a blind
I reckon
man.
he does it as a PR. He makes him look like he's sticking to his roots.
But have you noticed though that Aguero has the same hairstyle? Like Aguero has that little fringe thing. He never had that.
Yeah, the little fringe thing is not nice on anyone. On anyone. I don't get it.
It's weird. I don't get it. But he is from Stockport in his defence.
But his hair before looked normal.
No, he still had the fringe thing.
Yeah, he's had
He
that.
still had it.
No, not before he dyed it. At youth level, it sort of was like.
Yeah, I think he had short hair before, but since he's been like a first team player, he's always had that little fringe bit at the front. It's a bit random, but he used to be Stockport in it, so got to allow him a little bit. But it's Aguero that I don't understand. But him and Aguero always copy each other's hair. So like Aguero went blonde, now he's gone black, then he's gone blonde. I don't know. It's weird. It's kind of cute that they're like.
Yeah, the little buds.
Weird.
It's cute. Yeah. Little hairstyle buds.
I think
a different edition of ET.
the thing is with England, Niffen, is because they overhype England at every tournament. When they don't do well, everyone's surprised. There's about 6 teams that are better than England in the Euros. So why would they win it? Like, it makes no sense. It's not coming home. We knew that before they even kicked the ball. It is what it is. Like, Foden can't do anything unless Foden goes and scores like 20 goals on his own. He ain't doing nothing. England are doing nothing. Not under Southgate anyway. Maybe if they had a good manager, they might have a chance. But it's not.
Yeah, and let them learn their lesson. Every tournament, it's the same. And they have to learn the exact same lesson every single time. Let them have their moment. and then let them be disappointed like they usually do. As Niall says, they have a process.
Yeah.
In
do.
our defense, we don't have. We actually have improved on Dele Alli. We've now got Foden. Improved on Lingard. We've got Mount.
Good players. We do have good players, but they're not better than the other teams, innit?
Do you know what the problem is? Is the players are good, but when you have a waistcoat wanker as your manager, like, I'm sorry, like I have no nice words for him. The only thing I can say is he looked nice in a waistcoat. That's about all I've got for him. The man was a temporary basic bitch manager that's now turned into a permanent basic bitch manager that I don't actually want him. So now I'm not going to respect him, Jerry. Jerry, I'm not going to respect Southgate. He does not deserve my respect. He hasn't earned my
I
respect.
think we've got to give him this tournament, though. I think we have. We've got to be patient with him. Give him this tournament, and if he fails, get him out. But I swear
If
to
he's
God,
going to fail.
But what, so when you say fail, do you mean not win it, or do you mean not get into the semis or the quarters? Like, what's failure for
it
you?
depends how we
I
get
think
knocked out.
if I'm honest with you, we should be getting to the semis, and if we're not doing that, then I think he needs to go.
Well, no, because if you top the group, I believe you're playing against either France, Germany, or Portugal, depending on which one comes first in that group, right? So there's a good chance that if you top your group and do well in your group, even if you play really well, there's a chance that because of that, you'll be punished for playing some of the stronger teams.
I don't mind. I don't mind if I get kicked out by France. I really don't. If I kicked out by Germany, I've probably got more of an issue. Also, if I get kicked out by Portugal, I probably have more of an issue too. As far as I'm concerned, I'm more like if we get Germany, I'm just going to be unimpressed if we get kicked out by them. We could beat them, but the problem is it's how we get kicked out. If we play France and we just don't turn up, then I'm going to be pissed and I'm going to be like, well, Gareth, if Southgate out. If we say we play like France, Germany, or whoever we play, and we go out fighting and it's like a 2-1, I'm going to take that as a win.
Yeah.
But if you can't get my team to perform in a quarterfinal against a big team, then I think, okay, bye. See you later. There's the door. I'm not going to hold the door for you, but don't let it slam on your back on the way out, because I'm not going to hold the door for you.
I like. I don't mind Calvin Phillips actually, but Jordan Henderson needs to play.
Is he fit? I don't think he's fit.
Oh, he might not be actually. When he's back,
If
he needs
he's
to play.
fit, he would play because he's the captain, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. I heard Harry Maguire is fit.
Not sure.
Yeah, they're saying that Luke Shaw's fit now, because apparently Luke Shaw and James are going to replace Trippier and Walker, apparently. So they must be fit. I don't know. I think there's players there, but I just think I just can't see England. Like, my whole life, England have been pretty bad. Like, everyone gets their hopes up, gets the England flag out. We're going to win the World Cup, and then it doesn't happen. But I don't know.
I can't lie.
It's not like they've had really bad teams.
No, they don't. No.
They've had some very, very good players in there. They just haven't made it work. Some of the managers have been trolling, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But
what is everyone's what is your thoughts on John Henderson? Do any of you people rate him?
I think he's a good player.
So I think he's a bit underrated, if I'm being honest. I feel
he's
like
massive. He's very disrespected, to be honest with you. He's not a great player by any means, but he's disrespected. Like, people think he's shit. He's not shit. He's definitely not shit.
You know what I think?
Henderson.
I think it's because of what we were saying last week. Because Liverpool fans have put him on this pedestal, everyone's saying he's not that good. So then they knock him down. He is a good player, but he's not like this world-class player that Liverpool fans are saying, and that's why. And it happens all the time. That's why you get people saying he's shit. He's not shit.
Yeah.
He's clearly not shit. But it's like he's not this. Because I remember when they were saying about he's better than this player and he's better than that player, and the players that they were comparing him to, he wasn't in that conversation with them players, and that's why now everyone is like, oh, he's shit. He's not shit, but he's not where they had him. You know what I mean?
Do you think people...
Yeah, I agree.
I just don't like the way he gets discredited as just a workhorse. I think he's very sound. I think he's a lot better technically.
He's a good passer. He's a very good passer of the ball. He's got a good
It's
range
just,
of pass.
I get what you mean though, Jan, and I think disrespected might be the right word instead of underrated actually.
Yeah.
Because he's not necessarily underrated,
Mhm.
but he's disrespected by a lot of rivals because of Liverpool fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I think, you know, like a lot of people were saying as well about like England, like say for example you're Portuguese and you go to a national tournament, all of the Portuguese people will want all of the players in that team to do well and to go and win it. Whereas England, people have, because of the rivalry between clubs, people don't want other teams' players to do well. So you'll get like City fans saying, "Oh, I hope Rashford doesn't play," or "Rashford's shit, get him out." And then you'll get like Chelsea fans saying, "Oh, Foden shit." And it's just like because of this, it's like it's harder to kind of get behind the team because there's always people saying, "Well, that player's shit, that player's this, that player's that," and it's like at the end of the day, they play for England. So if you support England, you should really be backing all of them players, regardless of the club. And I think other countries do that better than here. I can't imagine that, you know, the Spanish Real Madrid fans are saying, because there's no Real Madrid players, I hope Spain lose. I can't imagine that they're having them sort of conversations. Whereas you get that anywhere, like, oh, there's no Liverpool player in the lineup, so I hope they get battered. It's like that wouldn't happen in Spain. So I don't know.
You know, it did happen when Real Madrid and Barcelona were both, when they both had players in the Spain team, there was more of a rivalry with that. I think the problem with England is that all of their players, barring Jadon Sancho, Bellingham, I think all of them are basically playing in the Premier League, right? Whereas if you look at all the other international teams, Trippier as well, but all the other international teams, they have players across Europe. So some are in the Prem, some are in La Liga, some are in Syria, etc., etc. So there's no direct rivalries with the players. There's no hatred towards them. They're just a player that plays for their country who's very good.
True,
So I think that's probably part of it as well.
Yeah, because no one really hates Jude Bellingham. That is true.
Yeah.
Or Sancho.
I feel
I
feel is probably the biggest victim of this is probably Sterling. And I can be critical of Sterling, but the hate that I saw him get when he was in that.
He gets hate from City fans as well. It's just ridiculous. Like, don't get me wrong, he's had a terrible season. Everyone knows that, but it's a tournament with England, so it's like, you know, it's what he does in this tournament that matters right now. I don't know. He gets a lot of hate. He always has.
I wouldn't be surprised if Sterling's actually England's top scorer at the end of it, because if you saw how deep Kane was dropping. I know he did it for Tottenham a lot this year.
Yeah.
But ideally, I'd like Kane to be a bit further forward and not to drop as deep as he does for Tottenham. Because one of the only reasons he dropped so deep for Tottenham is because they lack creators. With England, you've got Phil Foden, who's unbelievable. You've got Mason Mount, who's a very, very good player. Yeah. You've even got Sterling, who can create at times, or you've got a Jack Grealish. Yeah. So,
and you got the fullbacks as well. Do you know what's crazy? When I watched England versus Croatia, the amount of times Harry Kane was hanging outside the box or just on the edge of the box was insane to me. He wasn't making those runs into the box, like towards the 6-yard box. It was weird. Like, I don't know why he wasn't.
He had one
making
chance,
those
Rachel. Runs. That's it. He only had one chance.
Yeah. Really cool. Oh, Prime's back. Hey, Prime.
He's got a t-shirt on.
That joke's never gonna go, for fuck's sake. Bloody Nicholas. Nippon says Southgate can go and do one.
I was muted.
Imagine if he wins something with England. Oh my god, he'll be getting a lot of
I'd laugh as well.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and green pigs don't fly, so yeah, it's going to be a long while before that happens.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. All right. Shall we go back to the fixtures? Jan?
Yeah. So,
Prime, we can't hear you. Prime, are you talking? Because we can't hear you.
No, I was speaking to myself. So.
Who are these people in the comments, like, coming for Prime?
It's been a long stream. Yeah.
Yeah, but Jeremiah, even if Sterling scored in the Euro final and they won, people would still have stuff to say about him. He can't win. There's nothing Sterling can do. Literally nothing.
That's true. Ryan says, I've never been a massive fan of Henderson, but I've had to accept that his passion merchant skill set is important to our team. I don't think he's just a passion merchant, though. I think he's got a good range of pass as well. I don't think he's just a passion merchant. I think he's actually a decent player. He does a lot.
I think with Henderson, I think that how last year? No, the season before that. Didn't he win like Player of the Year or PFA Player of the Year or something like that? Yeah. The whole thing.
He got the writers one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The writers one. I think the whole thing with it from Liverpool fans. This is a theory, by the way. I think is very much true. That because Gerrard didn't win a Premier League, I think a lot of the emotional switch, I guess, is transferred onto him, like rating him above his station. I think Henderson's very good, but I think I rate him above his station and saying he's world class and trying to put him into conversations with De Bruyne and Pogba, etc. I think is a bit wild, but again, they're only doing it because of the whole Gerrard thing. It's like, when your parents didn't fulfill their supposed childhood dream, so they pass it down to you and they want you to do what they couldn't do. That's essentially what they're doing with Henderson. If any of that makes sense.
Kinda.
I got what you meant until the whole analogy. Yeah, I can't lie.
You understood what I meant. That's all.
I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking.
Well, you understood what I meant. That's what matters. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's been a long week, people. I'm a bit.
Yeah.
Nathan's asking, who do we think would be a good England manager? You know who I actually think would be a good England manager, but it wouldn't happen? I think Pep would be good for England because I think he'd get the best out of our players. But that's just what I think.
Are you sure? Pep can't spend 150 million on fullbacks.
You wouldn't need to though. International football, you work for what you've got in it. So
and what about your goalkeeper? What about your defense? The England backline is not good.
Yeah, but I don't know.
And you can't. I don't think you can outscore your way to. Like, it might work against the little teams. Yeah, you can beat them 6-0 all you want, but up against tougher opposition, so France or Germany or Italy or whatever, without a good defense, you're going to get beat.
I don't know if any manager could beat them teams right now with England. That's the problem. I
would take a list of managers, to be fair. I'd take Wenger. I'd take Van Gaal.
Wenger would be good.
I'd take Lampard.
What?
Wenger's a good shout, though.
Yeah, Wenger's a good shout. It's the other one that I'm confused about. Lampard.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Okay, maybe I'm being a bit biased. Lampard. Right. Maybe I'm a bit biased. Okay. If you want to,
no, not Lampard. I think again, if you guys are saying things like, sorry. If you're saying things like Graham Potter or like, people mentioning Eddie Howe, who's not currently in the job, I think the England job is like a few years too early for them. So keeping Southgate for another few years, I don't really see that as a problem.
Is Van Gaal retired?
Yeah.
I think so.
Is Wenger in a job though? I don't think he's in a job, isn't he?
He's working
with a pundit.
He's working with FIFA or UEFA or something like that. But officially, but officially he's retired as a coach.
Is he?
I think so, yeah.
I
doubt he'd want to come out of retirement as well.
Do you know what? The only thing about international is that it's not all year round. So it's like a part-time job. So he might do that because it's not the training every week, isn't it? You're not training every week.
You say that, but you're still... Just because you don't have the players every week or every day doesn't mean you're not actively working all the time.
Yeah.
Like he has to watch and assess every single player. And knowing what you England fans are like, you're very hypocritical and nitpicky. So for example, Wenger could make a decision, whereas, instead of someone could get injured, and instead of bringing the player you guys all want, so like James Ward-Prowse, will end up bringing a centre back like Ben White, and you guys will all complain, but yet you don't see the knock-on effect from that until in the tournament when one of your centre backs gets injured, and you already have an injured centre back, and then the centre back he brought, Ben White, has to come off the bench. You guys don't see the knock-on effect from that. But a manager...
Let's be real, though. The reason why they don't like Southgate is because he's not a big boy name. If Arsene Wenger did what Southgate did, people would have more faith in what he was doing.
I don't think so. People would still complain. People would still complain.
There'll be some that complain, but more often than not, they'll be cool with it because he's a big name. That's how fans are fickle when it comes to things like that.
This isn't the same. This is not an invincible Wenger. This is the Wenger that with the last few years with Arsenal, they were dropping and declining. I know he was still getting them top 4, and to be fair, I respect him probably a bit more, the work he did in the latter years with Arsenal, considering how bad the teams that he had, with Shamak and all them, man. But it's I don't. If Wenger became England manager, I think you guys would destroy him, just like Arsenal in the latter years destroyed him.
I don't think we would. I agree with Rachel. I think if he got us playing good football, I don't think we'd care.
But good football doesn't mean anything if you're still not getting past quarterfinals or semi-finals or anything.
But you don't know if it's past quarterfinals until it happens, though.
That might be true.
No, but I just said good football doesn't mean anything if you're not getting past those stages.
True, but you know what Southgate got us to semi-final, yeah? I guarantee if Wenger did that, playing amazing football, being a bit more convincing against Colombia and whatever, and what have you, I reckon he'd be given a lot more leeway.
When you say being more convincing, I mean, you beat Colombia on pens, and they were quite tough that game. So if you played attacking football against Colombia, but the outcome still resulted in you beating them on penalties, people wouldn't complain? Really?
Well, no, because that's not beating them convincingly.
But again, that's my point. Your style of playing stuff like that, it's just kind of an aesthetics thing, isn't it?
Potentially, but I think I don't know. I think Wenger would get a lot more leeway.
All right, fine.
Yeah, I think he would as well. You know what fans are like. You know.
I'm sorry, Sims. I think it's mine. I'll mute my mic.
Bloody Will, causing problems for our ears.
It is what it is.
I don't know. Well, who would you pick for England manager then? Jan's got Pep. Good choice, to be fair. I think seeing Pep at England will be interesting.
From Barca to City to Pep. Okay.
Well, Fran, who's your choice?
Yeah, he would never do it. It's just who I would have if I could pick someone. Obviously,
me?
I want him to lead.
Me? You guys are gonna laugh. You guys are gonna laugh. Either Mourinho or Ancelotti.
Mourinho.
Or
I think Mourinho would do good.
Yeah, but this is what I mean. This is the problem, isn't it? England fans will hate him from the get-go. Tottenham fans already hate him. United fans already have a hatred towards him.
Keep in mind, I said Mourinho or Ancelotti. Either one of them.
Ancelotti maybe, but Mourinho. I don't. He won't get any love at all. There's very few people that actually like Mourinho.
Yeah. So again, fans, you can complain all you want, but if you can't get behind your team because of your own preference, that's your problem. You're not a real fan, are you?
Yeah. Sven speaking facts. Objectivity and emotions are an oxymoron. I agree. Will, who would be your choice?
Van Gaal, if I could. Get him out of retirement.
Van Gaal. Fair enough. Charlotte, who would be your choice for England manager?
I mean, I take anyone but Southgate right now, within reason. Like Rafa Benitez can go back. Because he didn't do a bad job.
Rafa. Rafa. Benitez. 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 Rafa. Ben
Well, I mean, I don't think he'd do a bad job now. I mean, he didn't do the greatest job before, but I don't think he'd do an awful job now.
He's
I mean, I wouldn't mind. Tuchel can take over. Hey, Tuchel. Tuchel actually has tactics. He has a plan. He doesn't wear a waistcoat, and he doesn't look like a waistcoat wanker. I think that's a win there.
Oh, can I just say, no one clip me. If anyone's going to clip what we've just said, keep in mind I said Mourinho or Ancelotti. Don't just clip it and say, oh, the Jose Sexual said Mourinho. Ha ha ha, funny.
Oh, good job, Prime. Give people ideas, why don't you?
No, but I don't,
Guys, can I say...
People are going to do that anyway, so.
Guys, can I give a second option, actually? Because Van Gaal's retired.
Go on.
I'd get Shevchenko.
Shevchenko.
Mm-hmm.
As the next England manager.
What?
Explain.
Explain, you say?
Well, yeah.
I think he plays nice football with Ukraine. He's young. He's done well with Ukraine after them not qualifying for the World Cup and flopping in Euro 2016 and 2012. He's gone playing good football. He's quite well liked. Yeah, bring him in. Being experienced. But he guy's playing good football. I agree with Sans. This is a good comment. Do you know what, Jeremiah?
Yes, Lens. That is very, very true.
Jeremiah, I actually get why Jeremiah is Southgate in, because I'm not actively Southgate out, but if he went, I wouldn't really care. I think he got it right on Sunday, and I think people need to give him credit for getting it right, even if it's not who they want or it looks a bit weird on paper. He does need credit when he does well, and he needs criticism when he does bad. So I think people just need to be a bit more fair and be objective when thinking about how good he's done in a certain match, how he's prepared. I think,
managers like Southgate don't get that credit.
But I don't.
Yeah, but I'm not actually.
Because the weird things supposedly he's done. So, for example, people saying he didn't play with a left back and stuff. True, Kieran Trippier has played left back before, like especially when he was at Spurs. I think in his first season he played quite a bit at left back whenever he did play, because he was back up to Rose or Trippier. You look at someone like Pep, for example, if he was England manager, do you not think he would do something like that? Play like, I don't know, a right back, a left back, or something like that, or maybe not play Grealish or something like that. Like Pep would do something a bit weird and wacky, but because it's Pep, people would back it. That's not even a dig at Pep, by the way. I'm just saying, like, there are managers who do sometimes things you don't understand, but when it pays off, you praise it. But if it goes wrong, then you're going to criticize it. I don't see anything wrong with that.
I think the point was that. Sorry, Charlotte.
I'm not mad like that Southgate's there. Do I particularly think he's the best manager of choice? No. Am I actively being like, get this man out? No. But if he left, I'd be like, I wouldn't be holding the door on the way out for him. Like, he's already, like, if he goes, like, there's no, like, hard feelings. There's no, oh, I'm going to miss him. There's no nothing like that at all.
No, that's fair enough. But, like, to be fair to Southgate with the left back thing, which I didn't know until after, Luke Shaw and Chilwell were injured, no? Which is why they weren't in the starting 11. So then, in which case Trippier was there. Well, Chilwell wasn't in the squad, was he? If I remember correctly. But Luke Shaw's on the bench, so he took a precaution with Luke Shaw, and I'm assuming that Chilwell must have had an injury, because otherwise he probably would have started. So there's always a reason why a manager does things.
And people can say maybe he could have played Saka in there, sure, but Saka's preferred positions is because Arsenal fans keep saying he's been playing right wing the majority. So it's either playing as a winger or playing as a wing back, and he didn't want to play with wing backs. So again, I think people give him a lot of, and I get it, he's not perfect, he's not world class, he is quite he is quite average, but just the England job is one of the most stressful jobs in football, like managing United. You know, just relax and just let him work and go about it. And because you guys keep saying football's coming home, if that's the case, then at least trust him to do something.
Yeah, no, I agree. What about you, Jan? What do you think of Southgate? Because we haven't really heard what you think about him.
Obviously, he was doing well in the beginning. That's why he got the job. I don't know. I just think I don't know if it's a sort of United Ollie situation where it's kind of like he doesn't look like he's going to win anything. But that being said, I don't think England in general really look. Don't get me wrong, they can win stuff. We have a good team, but I just think some of the other teams are like, I wouldn't expect England to beat France in a final. You know, I wouldn't expect them to beat. I don't know. Maybe they have a chance against like your Portugal or maybe like a Germany or something like that. But yeah, I think even Italy, they'd struggle against Italy because I think they defend well and take their chances at the other end. So yeah, I just don't see them really. So I don't think it's really on Southgate. I just think at the moment, I think it's one of them where when Foden gets a bit older, when Mount gets a bit older, when they're kind of more in their prime years, that's probably where we'll see England maybe competing, because the likes of France's team, because you think Pogba's late 20s, Kante's late 20s. So when these players start retiring, who knows? Obviously, they've got Mbappe and people like that, but who knows how good they're going to be all round.
Exactly.
And I don't know. Maybe England can do something in the future, but I can't see it happening this season. I really can't.
And you're right, because I think, was it maybe which tournament was it when you had Gerrard and Henderson in midfield? It was just after Liverpool's, when Gerrard, the season Gerrard split that summer. Yeah, when you had Italy and Uruguay in your group and stuff. I think that was the last tournament. And then I think after that, you started building and looking towards the future, because your youth teams were doing really well. And you guys started building properly and looking towards the future. I think the eventual target was always, was it the Dubai World Cup or the Qatar World Cup, whatever the next one is, for you guys to actually do something in, which again, what Jan just said makes sense. Pogba and Kante aren't going to be, they're going to be gone and aging. The Portugal team, maybe, like, there's a chance for the next tournament for you guys to potentially do something. You have your players like Foden, Mount, whoever, who are all experienced. Yes, King will be 2 years older, but he will still be in his prime. I think that's when you guys should actually target winning. But have this tournament be a growing experience for your young players, because if you guys get knocked out or you guys don't win it or whatever, you just can't blame Southgate. You have to look at your players and look at these young players and have them learn from this experience. Mount can come back 2 years, older, and well, actually, no, it's next year, isn't it? He'll come next year into the tournament hungry and waiting to win with Foden, with everyone else. So I think it's something where you can't just I think it's something where you can't just, you need to toe the line between fair criticism and just completely slandering Southgate and slandering some of these players, because I say England can't win anything because I don't trust your defense. But like, for example, this tournament, if you guys were to potentially try and do something, or you were to say get to a semi-final or to a final, would I be overly surprised per se? No, because you've got to 2 semi-finals in the past 2 tournaments. I don't look at other teams to be as strong as they've been in the past. So maybe you can beat France in the one-off. You can beat Germany in the one-off. You can beat Italy, maybe. So I just think if you're saying football's coming home, then stop the criticism and the negativity and just get behind it and see what happens. And then assess things when you get knocked out, or if you get knocked out.
Yeah, no, it's true. I agree. Big up Gunnar Express in the chat. Always love Gunnar. The Press Mystic Wolf, you've missed a couple of streams involving Prime and a lack of clothing. You want to look back on that.
Rachel, stop thinking of me without clothes.
None of that. Mustafa and Lawrence are fighting. Yeah, they're always going at it in the chat. It's really
they're talking about, like, Lawrence said, why didn't you play a left-footed player at right back or a left back? because the only left footer in that who could have, because if Chilwell and Shaw are both injured, the only left footer who could have played there is Tyrone Mings. And Mings playing at left back would have mean he would have had to force Ben White to play centre back, and maybe he just wasn't ready yet. Even though Stones got injured and Ben White had to come on eventually, but maybe it's a thing where you don't want to risk him, because if we have 3 centre backs on that field, and one of them eventually gets injured, with Maguire already being out, it's a thing where you now start panicking on what to do, because you have limited options. And then all of a sudden, England fans are complaining, saying, why did he play 3 centre-backs on the field when we already have an injury crisis at centre-back? Why didn't he play Trippier at left-back, who's played there at left-back? So it's just, he did what he had to do, and England won, so he was right.
Yeah.
Good Express says Saka is world-class. Do you guys agree with that? Do you think he's world-class?
I think he will be, but not now.
No, not yet.
I don't think he is yet either. What do you think, Dan?
My world-class bracket is very small. So a lot of people get onto me because I'm like, he's not world-class. He's not world-class.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I don't rate too many players. Because for me, world-class is one of the best in the world consistently, like in that position, a year in, year out. They might have a bad season, don't get me wrong, because everyone has. But you need to be consistently performing. Even in a bad season, you're still noticeable, So I don't have too much in my world class, but he could be in the future because I actually like Saka. I think Saka's good.
I think
I like Saka as well.
I think Saka's too young. He's only had like 2 seasons, and they haven't been, in my opinion, haven't been fully consistent. I think he's too young to be labelled at world class yet.
Yeah,
he needs to perform at a higher level. So whether that's performing to such a crazy rate at Arsenal, or he needs to leave and actually show he can be world class.
Yeah.
And also, Slen said, why can't we say football's coming home and still not complain we're shit, and still not think we're shit and complain when we don't do well? But if that's the case, then complain when you don't do well. So when you get knocked out, or if you get knocked out, then you complain. Don't complain now after you just won a game. I know Trippier was a bit shaky at left back, I get it, but you won anyway. Like all these risks,
to be fair,
sometimes they pay off. Sometimes they don't, who knows?
With the whole Southgate, I just, if I see the lineup and I think it's shit, I just, positive vibes. I don't care about England or international football. I don't care about it enough like I do with Chelsea, where I worry about games. Let's just go into it with positive vibes, and if we lose, it is what it is. We can just sit outside, enjoy a nice cold beverage, and put a guilty pleasure film on, and enjoy your life. That's what I'm going to do with international football.
Exactly.
I'm just going to count my blessings that I'm not worrying about football, because when it gets back to the season and it's club football, which I care about more, I'm going to be worrying. So yeah.
Slens, I get there are flaws, but I mean, with this context, you're talking about the left back issue. But there's context within that because you had injuries to your left backs, which explains why Trippier played there. Now, in your next 2 games in the group, and when you get out of your group, if Trippier keeps playing left back when Shaw and Chilwell are fit, or he keeps playing left wing back when you switch to a 5, then you can start criticizing those choices, but not after 1 game when you understand the context as to why. I think it's a bit like, jumping the gun. Or they had injured, or they had knocks, or whatever it was. Like, there's a reason to that.
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
And I know you guys have issues as well. I point them out all the time because I don't think you guys can win. However, like, I understand why Southgate does certain things. And maybe because I'm not English, I don't have the allegiance, so I don't have, I can see things objectively maybe, or I don't know, maybe you guys think I'm trolling. I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter.
The thing with Southgate, though, it was only one major tournament ago where the whole nation was singing his name. And the Nations League no one cares about, and that was an individual error from Stones and Barkley, so I don't fully blame him for that. And us losing a couple of international friendlies and losing a Nations League game isn't enough for me to actively want a manager out. Of course, we can do better. You know this. If we get knocked out in the round of 16, and we get knocked out convincingly, I'll be fine with him going. I'll be fine with him going even if we do well. To be fair, I completely understand. I do criticise Southgate, but I don't expect much. I just want to enjoy the vibe of the summer.
Perhaps monologue. Thank you, Rachel.
Winter Surfer says, message to everyone, neither Shaw or Chilwell were or are injured. I think, you know what, because they won the game, I don't think it really matters too much. It's only if you lose that you look at things like that. Yeah. So I think it's all right. Like, I don't know. I don't think Southgate is obviously the best manager ever, but right now he is the manager. So you kind of just have to back him. And then if we do get kicked out, or I don't know why I'm saying we, I'm not really an England fan like that. But if England get kicked out, then, you know, we'll see it after. But we're going to wrap up in a second because we've been on a long time. Not me, but, you know, Chelsea fans in this specific chat and panel analyse situations and criticise certain flaws. We do the same for England. That's true.
Yeah, we do. But however, like, I'm someone who overthinks and overanalyzes things. Again, as Chelsea fans, sometimes we probably look into things a bit too much as well.
Yeah.
Which I'm open. I'm open into saying, and sometimes you just have to see how things pan out. So maybe it was a one-off. Sancho was dropped from the squad. Maybe he's not dropped for the next game. Maybe Shaw or Chilwell play left back next game. Like, just, you can't base one game and think that's how the rest of the season or the rest of the tournament is going to pan out, because it's just a one-off game.
Yeah, I think it is definitely to do with how they go out. You know what I mean? If they go out badly to France, getting battered, do you know what I mean? Then it's different to a narrow 1-0 where you play well.
True, but there's a period. But if this is
I just want to say this. Jan said it perfectly. Chilwell and Shaw were not injured at all. Okay.
Yeah.
It was an excuse given. He said some weird thing about not picking them in a squad or something, but he had 2 goalkeepers on the bench. Second of all, Will, you saying you're going to have a chilled out summer. You have an aneurysm every time you have a watch alert. Okay? And you don't, it's proven on the stream yesterday. So you having a chilled out summer is BS, yeah? Absolute BS, yeah? You will never be chilled.
Andrew, I get excited during games. That's different.
It's not exciting.
That's different.
I started an idiot counter on the amount of times you said it on the stream yesterday. Yeah. So you get.
I like being right, Andrew. Don't worry. I like being right. All right.
You weren't right. And the only reason you're saying
I was right about
the only way you're saying Shevchenko is because you built them up so far, because you said they'd win the group and Netherlands would finish bottom. You're in the mud. Your football opinion is like how Eric Dyer plays. It's atrocious. Yeah, atrocious.
Shut up, Andrew.
You're atrocious, yeah?
Wait.
You won't show your face, you coward.
Andrew.
Called out for it, yeah?
Andrew. What did you say about Will's football opinion?
It's atrocious.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
It's perfect timing.
As well, yeah. It's shit.
Right, well, guys, we're going to wrap up now. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share it.
Jan wave.
Will,
what are we waving at?
Will.
Just saying goodbye.
As you sign us out, just wave.
Will wave.
You're muted.
Will wave.
Will wave, you coward.
You know what? Just remove Will. Jan, continue. I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah, no, that's... I can't multitask. So yeah, check us out next week. There's a show tomorrow, so tune in for that. On but yeah, thank you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Southgate's at the wheel.
Atrocious.